Today, I want us to reflect on a technology that is already part of our daily routine: artificial intelligence. AI allows us to analyze data, learn from it, and generate content in ways that were previously exclusive to human beings. Within this field, large language models like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, DeepSeek, or Qwen have become indispensable tools. They have been trained with immense amounts of information to understand our questions, generate text, summarize documents, and help us solve complex problems. AI can transform our productivity in unimaginable ways. You can use it to draft professional emails, prepare documents, proofread text, create report drafts, or understand technical concepts that used to take hours to research. Incredible tools like Gamma have also emerged, allowing you to create complete, well-designed presentations from just a few prompts. Other platforms help you generate diagrams, mind maps, workflows, or visualizations that you previously had to build manually. These solutions not only speed up your work, but they allow you to focus on the creative and strategic tasks. But with this power also come critical responsibilities. Let me tell you about real cases that change the way companies view AI, because what I am about to share isn't theory. These are mistakes that cost millions and put the security of entire organizations at risk. In April 2023, Samsung experienced 3 serious incidents in less than 20 days. Employees in their semiconductor division, one of the most sensitive and strategic areas of the company, used ChatGPT without thinking about the consequences. In the first incident, an engineer copied confidential source code from chip testing software and pasted it directly into ChatGPT to optimize it. In the second, another employee shared entire internal code of a defective program, asking the AI to fix it. And in the third, an employee uploaded a recording of a confidential meeting so that ChatGPT could generate a summary and a presentation. This code and these recordings were left exposed and potentially incorporated into the model's training. Samsung had to act immediately, banning the use of generative AI across the company and drastically limiting employee queries. And Samsung isn't the only case. Amazon engineers were also caught sharing proprietary code with ChatGPT, including confidential AWS scripts, internal database queries, and architecture details of critical systems. Apple also took drastic measures and banned the use of ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot after discovering that employees were sharing development code for unannounced products, product strategies, and technical details of future features. These aren't isolated cases. They are examples of how convenience can override critical judgment, and how a single mistake, a single copy and paste, can compromise years of development, millions in investment, and a company's competitive advantage. When you upload information to an AI platform, several risks come into play. Depending on the service settings, your information can be used to train future models, which means it could appear in answers to other users. Also, your data is stored very often on external servers in other countries with different privacy laws, and no platform is 100% secure. Data leaks can happen, and when they do, confidential information can end up in the wrong hands. Furthermore, some services allow their teams to review conversations to improve the system, which means real humans could be reading your information. That is why it's fundamental that never under any circumstance should you upload proprietary source code, personal data of clients or employees, confidential financial documents, passwords or access credentials, non-public business strategies, sensitive medical or legal information, internal meeting recordings, product designs and development, credit card data or banking information. The best defense is prevention, and prevention starts with your judgment. We must also understand that LLMs are not perfect. They can hallucinate, inventing information that sounds convincing but is completely false. They can mix concepts, combining real facts with fictitious data. They can generate biases, reflecting prejudices present in their training data. And they can be outdated, giving you old information as if it were current. That is why you must always verify what they produce. Use them as an assistant, not as a source of absolute truth. You are the one who must verify, correct, and validate. The final responsibility for the information remains yours. Additionally, it is very important to say that beyond security, there is the ethical dimension. AI can be used to create incredible content, but also to deceive, manipulate, impersonate identities, create convincing deepfakes, generate mass disinformation, or plagiarize others' work. Technology is neither good nor bad in itself. It depends on how you use it. That is why it is important that you always ask yourself if what you are doing respects others, if it maintains your professional integrity, if it can cause harm to anyone, and if you would be transparent about the use of AI in that context. So, how do we use AI responsibly? First, anonymize the data. If you need help with a real problem, remove names, numbers, specific dates, and any data that could identify people or your organization. Second, use corporate tools. If your company offers AI solutions with privacy guarantees, like enterprise versions with non-training agreements, use those instead of free versions. Third, always verify. Check facts, numbers, quotes, and references before using the generated information. And fourth, keep your critical thinking active. AI should help you think better, not stop thinking. It is a tool to boost your creativity and productivity, not to replace your judgment or your responsibility. A person who knows how to use AI with judgment, with awareness, and with ethics has an enormous advantage in the professional world. But a person who uses it without reflection can become a risk to their company, their colleagues, and themselves. In this new digital environment, the most important skill isn't just knowing how to use AI, but knowing how to use it well, with judgment, with boundaries, with verification, and with a deep sense of responsibility. Technology will continue to advance, and we will have increasingly powerful tools, but the difference will be made by the way you decide to use them. The invitation is simple. Take advantage of everything AI can give you. Let it help you learn faster, work better, be more productive. Experiment, explore, and discover new ways to create. But do it always with respect, with ethics, and with awareness. The true power of artificial intelligence isn't just in what it can generate, but in the way you integrate it into your life and your work. And if you do it right, it will not only make you more efficient, but also more capable, more informed, and more prepared for this future that is already here.